What's up? Doing another video back in Bloodborne world. I think I will mostly be rotating between Bloodborne, The Last of Us 1 multiplayer, and Red Dead Redemption 2 online. If I can survive this thing. Okay, so today's topic is Parasites. Very fun. Very Ayn Rand. Very Andrew Ryan. Parasites, eh? But kind of through the frame of Bloodborne a little bit. Bloodborne is fun game. Kind of hard. Parasites. Let's look at the word for a moment. The literal meaning of parasites. Literally comes from the word for eating at another person's table. The Greek word para, along, and cetos, food. Just straight up food. Wish there was a foodier word than food. I'm taking it as para, along, and site, like website or construction site. So parasite, a thing at a site, a thing next to a site. I'm gonna talk about like empathy and sympathy later. The difference between that's kind of the difference, whether you're at the site or along the site. Ooh, the lever. Whoa! Maybe this person can bail me out. Bail me out of here. Okay. Ooh, what's this over here? Bloodborne talks a lot about communion. I don't know much about that, but there is blood, grape juice, and the wafer meal. And Bloodborne talks plenty about blood, but does not get into the meal that much, and I think that's where it comes in. Parasites. Bloodborne does a good job of splitting everything into, you either want blood or insight. And there's the blood faction and the insight faction, and the blood faction, they're more like to be like these people, like these werewolf creatures. And in the hearts of the most beast-like werewolf creatures, I think you, at a certain point, if you have the Covenant rune, you can get vermin from a lot of sources, so it doesn't matter. But you get the vermin from them. They're insects. They're really gross looking. And in some beast creatures, they kind of pop out of the beast creature. It doesn't pop out of this one, actually. I wonder why. One more, wait. Yeah. The vermin are the closest thing in Bloodborne that come to, or the closest thing to parasites as we know them. They're really gross, and they eat you up from the inside, and they kind of ruin you. Whoa! I really wish it was, you'd see it with this boss. You can't, but it's for its own reason. Gotta respect that. You got it, buddy? Missed all of them. Ooga. That's gonna hurt. Whatever he's about to do. Oh, he got me. I'm so dead. But the team hopefully will flourish. Yeah. So the vermin, they eat you up from the inside out until it's and in this game they eat you up from the inside out until it's actually this huge bug thing that jumps out of you, and it only gets more blood-sucking insect-like. It's these huge mandibles too. One more side note. Darkest Dungeon PC game, what's actually on everything now, encapsulates this perfectly with their take on vampires not being even with these mammalian bats. They went for huge blood-sucking ticks, which look exactly like the Canehurst blood-suckers. Like, exactly like them. Very fun. Back to the Bloodborne vermin. These huge beast transformations are great at first, powerful, but they ruin you later. Movies have no problem talking about success being a double-edged sword. What they don't get into is the insect-like descent on the other side of the beasthood transformation. I think that's why I like Kafka. I think that's why the buck stops with them with Kafka, is that talking about bugs. Do you hear about bugs? I don't hear about bugs. You talking about bugs? Kind of talking about capitalism too? Okay, bug guy. That's fine. But yes, movies have no problem talking about success being a double-edged sword that way, of success ruining you. What they don't get into is the insect-like descent on the other side. Descents, I say, is that the amygdala falling from the tower to attack us. There's the tower. Oh man, no one's gonna come, so I'm just gonna have to go out there. The Great Ones do have sides in this game. It's like thought that the Great Ones, which are the huge eldritch gods controlling everything in Bloodborne, that they're above having sides. Their unknowingness is their advantage, and that's how they get you. But no, they do. They have sides. There's two factions. There's the Choir of Mensis and the School of Mensis and the Choir, both part of the Healing Church, which is its own schism from just the Bergenworth College. It's schisms diving into schisms. But the School of Mensis, which is a school, that's cool of them actually. They didn't go for like the church look, they went for like the school look. It's different. They have the Rotting Grain of Mensis on their side. They have the Amygdala on their side, because Patches is not the School of Mensis, but it's Bergenworth College, and Patches is like, oh, let's worship Amygdala. This is getting off topic. So the Great Amygdala is from the School of Mensis and is a huge freaking ant. That's its look. And if we were fighting it right now, we would be seeing that. But we get to see these little echoes of Kos. Not Kos quite exactly, not really a good relationship with Kos, but echoes of it. Woo! A beast! Using fire! He carries the torch, but he doesn't know why! Whoa. And he... Ooh. So these insects, they even burst out of your chest. They go for the chest burster thing. So it's saying, like, even aliens, what we think of aliens is kind of painted by our perception of them. Because from a certain view, yeah, if we're going out looking for aliens in space, we're only going to find these really strange and deadly forms of consistent civilized life. That's all we're gonna find, is colonizers who are better at it than us. That they're gonna be the chest burster. So it goes with that line of thinking. Insight being no lines of anything. Oh boy. I should just get out of here. But, yeah. So my earliest childhood memory is walking outside and seeing an ant for the first time and having a panic attack because it immediately opened up this world of small crawling things that get under your fingernails. Gross. In my next video, I will talk about the other side of that coin of these parasites. The choir have their own parasites. Vermin are the parasites of the school of Mensis, I think. The choir have their own parasites, and I'll talk about them. They are not the kind of parasites that you think of when you think of that. All right.